Festivals didn't start with Coachella, and they were not created for influencers. They were created because human beings actually need to gather. If you go all the way back, you had two different kinds of festivals. On one side, you had the Greek festivals, Dionysus, wine, music, letting go, and it was more about escaping life. And then on the other side, you had biblical festivals, which were structured, rhythmic, and meaningful. They weren't about escaping life, they were about aligning life. Somewhere along the way, we stopped gathering for meaning and started gathering to be seen. Before festivals became luxury experiences, they were actually for the people. I'm talking before the VIP sections, before the brand sponsorships, and before the actual velvet rope even existed. If you look at something like Woodstock, it wasn't a perfectly organized event. It was messy, it was overcrowded, but people showed up because it was open. It was a way to have connection and music and freedom, not because you had the right wristband. And even later, when the festivals became a little more structured, they were still carrying the same energy. You entered together, you weren't filtered in. And then something interesting happened. We didn't lose that spirit overnight because in places where I'm from, we were still living it. We didn't need tickets to have a festival, we had block parties. Now, I'm talking Philly, and everybody was out. It was intergenerational. You had children to grandparents there. Everything in between, aunties and uncles and cousins and friends. Everybody was outside. Music was blasting either from somebody's window or we had local DJs. And it wasn't just about fun. This was community infrastructure, and the whole block was the VIP section. No velvet rope required. Before everything got polished, before everything got priced, there was the Black Lily, Philadelphia, the late 90s. Artists like Lady Alma, Jaguar Wright, and Jill Scott, as well as many others. I'm talking real voices, real stories, and the room was listening. Not recording, not performing, but really listening. This was not industry. This was culture curating itself. Neo soul. And then the velvet rope shows up, and the festivals didn't just grow, they became systematized. Ticket systems, VIP tiers, brand activations that come along with influencers. And it wasn't so much about, are you going to the festival? It became, can you even afford to be seen at these festivals? Because you just don't go to festivals anymore. You have to qualify. Right around 2009, something shifted, and that was the smartphone, which changed the way we communicated. We weren't just experiencing life anymore, we were performing life. We were documenting our experiences instead of being present in the moment. And we weren't even connecting really anymore with each other. And now it's about comparing your life with other lives. We didn't just bring cameras to the festival, we brought mirrors. And the velvet rope didn't just separate us, it actually strangled the culture itself.